This video is about order of operations. The goal of this video is to evaluate expressions using the order of operations. So let's review what the order of operations are. The first step in order of operations is to do anything that appears inside grouping symbols. Grouping symbols are most of the time seen as parentheses. Sometimes you can see them as a hard bracket. Then you want to evaluate your exponents. So if you see something like 2 squared, this 2 up here is an exponent. Then we're going to do multiplications and divisions from left to right. So it doesn't matter which one shows up first. We're doing it left to right like we were reading a sentence. Then the last thing we do are our additions or subtractions that appear from left to right. What's an acronym that can help us remember the order of operations? The acronym is PEMDAS. P stands for parentheses or grouping symbols. E stands for exponents. M and D stand for multiplication and division, which are done in the same step. And then last we have adding and subtracting, which are done in the last step. The left to right rule. So operations that have the same importance are completed from left to right. So these operations are when we add, subtract, or when we multiply and divide. So let's practice using the left to right rule to evaluate the following expressions. In number 1, we have 13 minus 6 plus 5. So first thing I see here is an addition or a subtraction and an addition. Because they're in the same step of PEMDAS, they're both in that last step, they have the same importance. So I'm going to go from left to right. So first I'm going to do 13 minus 6, which is 7. I just carry down the plus 5, and then 7 plus 5 is 12. In the second equation, I have 14 divided by 7 times 10. In this problem, I see division and multiplication, which have the same importance. So again, I'm going to go from left to right. So 14 divided by 7 is 2 times 10. So 2 times 10 is 20. So let's use order of operations to solve the following problems. So number 3 has 16 divided by 8 minus 14. So I want to go through PEMDAS and think about this in order. Do I see any parentheses? Do I see any exponents? Do I see any multiply, divide? And then last, any adding, subtracting. So the first thing I notice in number 3 is a division, which is our third step. So 16 divided by 8 is 2 minus 14. Subtraction is my last step, so 2 minus 14 is negative 12. Number 4, I have 12 divided by 2 divided by 3. So there's two divisions. I'm going to go from left to right. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Number 5, we have 11 plus 9 divided by 3. So with PEMDAS, the first thing I want to do is the division, because subtraction is the last step and division is the third step. So 11 plus 3, which gets us 14. In number 6, we have 12 plus 1 times 5 minus 4. So the first thing I see is a multiplication, which is our third step. So I have 12 plus 1 times 5 is 5 minus 4. Now I have addition and subtraction left, so I'm going to do those from left to right. So 12 plus 5 is 17 minus 4. So my final answer is 13. In number 7, we have 12 minus 10 divided by 2 times 3. So I have a subtraction, a division, and a multiplication. My first step is any division and multiplication. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. 12 minus 5 times 3. Now I have a subtraction and a multiplication. Remember, a multiplication happens before subtraction. So I need to multiply 5 times 3 is 15. So 12 minus 15 is negative 3. Our last problem is 10 plus 9 minus 7 times 2. So the first step I want to do is multiply. I'm going to carry everything else down. So 10 plus 9 minus 7 times 2 is 14. Then I'm going to add and subtract from left to right. So first I'm going to add 10 plus 9 is 19. Minus 14 is 5.